everyone. It's lovely to connect with you again. And today is a very beautiful, special fall day that we're having. Feels like our first fall rain of the season came yesterday and has continued through the day and is intended to for the next few days. Much needed rain here in Los Angeles. We've had a very dry year, and I know many of us are celebrating the coming of this rain. And it definitely brings that sense and feeling of the holiday, holy day season upon us. Thanksgiving coming around the corner next week, and Christmas and New Year's shortly after. You can feel it in the air, and you definitely can feel it in the in all of the stores as well, as the Christmas carols are already beginning. It's really a special season, this fall and winter season, and this morning I was in a yoga class and being reminded of the teachings that I'd like to pass on as well. This fall season is a really powerful time to begin to germinate and plant seeds, for our intentions in the new year. It's also a wonderful time to harvest and to give thanks for this past year and all that we've experienced and shared and cultivated and manifested, and to reflect on what has been, beneficial on many levels and what hasn't, and what we'd like to bring into the new year and what we'd like to not, and what we'd like to cleanse and clear, and what we'd like to, create anew. And so I really encourage you during this time, that can be a time where we can very much be pulled into the demands of the holidays and, the demands of that our culture can sometimes impose on us, or we may unconsciously impose on ourselves, to enjoy this time of celebration and gift giving and gathering with friends and family and celebrating and eating and drinking together, to enjoy those, but to balance them with times of inward time of self-reflection, of digestion, and of intention. And we can do those, in a very balanced way. We can have both. It doesn't have to be either or, and it's always not about deprivation, but really about abundance. And to allow ourselves to carry forth that abundant experience, in all seasons, and to always, in these times of reflection and these inward times, and also these times of intention, it's an opportunity for us to create the reality we want to experience. And we're moving into a time, and we're living in a world that it is all about creating and co-creating with the divine, with that infinite source, the reality that we want to experience. And we have that in both of our practices with Reiki and with Kundalini Yoga. We have those tools and those technologies to create. And with Reiki, we have that, through our daily practice of working on ourselves. It really gives us that time to self-reflect, to process, to digest, and, to send Reiki into our intentions and our desires. And with our Kundalini Yoga, the same is true. We have the opportunity to cleanse, to clear, to digest, and to align ourselves with that infinite source, with our higher wisdom, and to download, what it is that we are meant and intended to create for ourselves and for those around us. And, we're really moving more and more into a time. I was recently married, as some of you may know, and had a beautiful wedding celebration and ceremony. And as I was having my hair done and makeup done, my beautician was actually sharing with me from her Qigong teacher, that her Qigong teacher was sharing that in 2014 much change would be happening and that is really essential for us to be in flux and in flow. And we've been knowing that, and that is continuing to increase, and fluidity is essential in these times. And with that fluidity is also essential for us to be conscious and awake in co-creating, so that we can ebb and flow through the tides of our lives and those people around us, but we can also be focused and directed in our vision and our mission. And that when we're in our practice, or in our daily meditation, Reiki, yoga practice, we're opening up to receive that vision and those intentions that are true to our heart, to our soul, which is then in alignment with the truth in the heart of the infinite and the collective. So we're not operate from our ego desires, of want, have, but more we're in alignment with what is our soul here to experience? What is our soul here to create? What is our soul here to serve? And from that place, from that alignment, then that which we vision and then we intend and we focus on not only serves our own ability to live and thrive and experience, joy and beauty and happiness, but we're also benefiting the whole. We're benefiting the collective, because we're fulfilling our part in the whole. We're fulfilling our part in the destiny, not of our own soul, but of the collective soul. And the soul of this planet, she is very much in this place of cleansing and clearing, and we're still experiencing earth shifts, and we're still experiencing, earth crises, where there are parts of the world that are often, experiencing some of the detriment of other parts of the world and the imbalances, and she's rebalancing. And so, what's beautiful with these practices that we have is that when those disasters hit different parts of the world, we have such an advanced capacity of technologies, both in our yogic technologies as well as in our, electronic technologies, to come together and to help heal and to help, rebuild and then rebuild anew. But we can only do that through our unified field of interconnection with ourselves and our source and, our inner team, and then that collective connection with our communities, our spiritual communities, our friend communities, our family communities. And that is truly what is going to help to bring forth that vision that we all have for the planet and the earth and the humanity that we want to experience, where we're living more and more in harmony and in peace. That is the promise of this new age. And, it's the intention of what this season is about, right? The season of the holidays. It's a season of peace, of joy that we wish upon each other. In gift giving, it's about giving that joy to each other. And it's the time where we, in many, religious traditions, it's the time of, the celebration of the birth of light, of a being that came on this planet promising peace. And that mission that this man, Jesus, had was, really the mission that so many of us have in our hearts. His was very much a path of example, and that example, that promise to live both personally and then collectively at peace is within us all, and we all have that capacity to manifest that. And Reiki gives us that capacity to experience that for ourselves and to share that with others. So does our yoga and meditation practice, which was very much the practice that I believe, and this is my own personal belief, that I believe that he had walked with and had wanted for all of us. That these technologies that he was utilizing are available to all of us. And, that we're really living in a time where we all have the capacity to radiate that light of the divine and then impact and share that with others through our beingness, through our essence, we can radiate and impact and ripple on others. And then the more and more of us that are doing that and living in that alignment as he had, the more and more we uplift, those around us and the field of the entire planet. And I still find myself sometimes struggling with faith around, the changes of our planet and what is happening with our planet and some of the ecological challenges that we're faced with. And I'm always given strong messages that it's essential for me to stay faithful and hopeful and to trust that the power of light and the power of the heart and the power of that greater vision is grander than we could ever really know. And that even in the small plantings and the small seeds that we may be planting that may seem insignificant, there is something grand that could really occur for us individually and for us as a collective. And I know that I've experienced it for myself, definitely in 2014. I've definitely felt an up-leveling and a shifting in my own personal life. And I've definitely felt an alignment with, what I am teaching, which is that it is possible for us to thrive in this time. And I know that there has been a lot of suffering in the lives of many that I, come across. And I know that, in this new time that it does not mean that we're not going to experience pain and challenge, but that we have the capacity to not suffer through it, and that we have the capacity to thrive even through the challenges. Recently, one of the things that has really been a practice for me is that this affirming that through every challenge that there is something beautiful that will come from it, that something good will come from it. And that's really what this new time is about, that we have the capacity through our intentions, through our beliefs, through our thoughts to create very, very quickly. And so our practices, our Reiki practice and our yoga practice really help us to clean up that negative polarity in us, to really pull into, spiraling into what challenge may be upon us. And the practices that we have help us to come back into center and to align with, let me have a different perspective on this, and let me allow the manifestation of something good coming through this. And then from that, the manifestation occurs, and something spectacular beyond our dreams can occur. And so I just want to encourage you in this season, in this season of giving, in the season of sharing, in this holy day season, to give yourself the daily gift of your practice. Because really that is the best gift that you can give others, is your own well-being. And through your daily practice, your daily yoga, your daily meditation, your daily Reiki practice, you will find yourself to be able to be more in alignment with what this season is truly about. And then you will find yourself being able to gift those people around you in a much richer capacity than really you could ever thought possible. And I also want to invite you that should you be faced with any challenges in this time of year, whether they be financial, whether they be emotional, mental, physical, on a health level, I want to invite you to, in this moment, right here, right now, to think and to ponder that, and to invite your Reiki energy, whether you're attuned to Reiki, and if you're not, to invite that higher presence, your whatever your higher connection is, to surround that situation in Reiki light or in the light that you are connected with. And with the Reiki energy, if you're attuned to Reiki, to send distant Reiki into that situation, and to visualize and to affirm that something good is going to come from this challenge. And see yourself and feel yourself in what that possibility could be. And if it's difficult to feel or see it, just affirm it, that something good is going to come from that situation that you're confronted with, that you're dealing with. And if you are connected with any enlightened beings, if you feel connected with any kind of ascended masters, angels, archangels, I want you to just visualize them surrounding the situation that you're dealing with. And if it's a situation that may be with another person, I want you to see that situation surrounded in this light and surrounded with these beings. And seeing it resolved, affirming it resolved in the most beautiful, magical way that you could possibly think possible. And if it's difficult, again, for you to conjure up how that could look, then just affirm that it will be. And put it in the hands of whatever is that higher power that you connect with. And then surrender it, let it go, and have faith and trust that it will shift in its divine time, in its divine way. And I want to invite you that on a daily basis, through your Reiki, yoga, and meditation practice, that you take the time to do this practice, to visualize and to affirm and to send Reiki or light into the situation, affirming that it will turn into something good. And if there is anybody, any particular person in your life or situation in your life that is really causing you grief or challenge, I want you on a daily basis to affirm only good for that situation or for that person, that they may live in prosperity, in peace, and in joy. And to continue to affirm, and in a way this is like a prayer, that goodness for that person or that situation for a daily basis, for 21 days, for 40 days. And again, you can give yourself the greatest gift in doing that for this season. It's really a practice that's been practiced all around the world. In many spiritual and religious traditions, to invoke and to wish the best for any situation or person that is causing you hardship or challenge. And I want to just invite you to enjoy this season. I've been definitely blessed in this season. This is a season where Simon and I, my partner, have shifted into a deeper level of our commitment and celebrated with our friends and family in a really beautiful ceremony where we brought together all of our different spiritual traditions in the elements. And we're very, very grateful for this time in our lives, and I'm very, very grateful for my practice that has enabled me to experience the relationship that I have today and to move into this next level. And as we go off into our journey back to the islands of Hawaii, I take all of you with me in my heart, and know that you will all be receiving. You continuously receive all of those in my sphere, all those that I serve continually receive Reiki light from me, but I will definitely be sending Reiki light to you all from the islands, wishing all upon you a blessed, blessed season. I may not be connecting with you again until the new year, until January, but I do wish upon you a blessed time of this end of 2013, that your hearts may be filled with warmth, with peace, with joy, and that your mind and your body and your spirit may feel the radiance of the divine upon you, and that unlimited love of that comes from Reiki and that comes from that higher power, that you may feel that through this season, that you may feel cradled in the arms of that divine Mother Father presence, and carried through any challenge, and also celebrated through all of your joys. So it's been a pleasure and an honor to serve all of you in this 2013, and I look forward, I delight in sharing more and serving further in the new year. Sending so much love to you all. Sat Nam, Namaste, and much Reiki love.